Welcome to today's Daily Chelsea, your one-stop shop for all things Chelsea related. I'm Rory.
And I'm Jack.
And I'm Brad.
Who? What was that?
Brad, you know Brad, he's one of your own. He's the winner of our Skype Pundit Pursuit competition.
I remember Brad. Brad, your tape was so good. Thank you so much for entering that competition through Skype. It was really, really good. Well done.
Yeah, so his prize basically is to join us on today's Daily Chelsea.
Sounds like a booby prize to me. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Your tape really was great. I think the only place to start, really, is Radamel Falcao. He's come out and issued a war cry, really. Have you seen that, Brad?
Yeah, I have. It's very much, I think he's kind of realising we're all performing pretty poorly, and like even he knows he needs to up his game, and we've really got to start performing like the champions we were last season.
Yeah, it's nice to hear a player say it, isn't it? Do you feel like we can do that? Do you think people are going to hear his cry?
I feel like we definitely need to. It's going to help. It's going to raise the confidence because he's a very experienced player. He's pretty much done it all, and he's definitely going to try and be that person we needed in the dressing room, like Drogba, very much a character who could really lift the spirits of the team.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Brad. I just hope that he can heed his own words, really, because we've been waiting for him to kick on all season, haven't we? And as yet, we haven't seen the real Falcao. So hopefully, it sounds like he's got his head screwed on right, and he's really up for it now. So hopefully, he can start doing a bit on the pitch.
Yeah, fingers crossed. The one that I'm slightly worse news. It's Jose Mourinho has been charged by the FA again for his words about the ref against Southampton. What do you make of that, Brad?
He's almost like the Diego Costa of the managing world, really.
Yeah.
I think he needs to stop with, I guess, essentially their excuses. I think he really needs to start realising that it's him and the players. They're all in it together. He can't just blame maybe a referee's poor decision. Like, he needs to take it and he just needs to move on from it.
Yeah. Do you think it was a fair charge?
Yeah, do you think he gets unfairly dug out by the FA?
I guess it leads to the campaign against Chelsea, really. I guess some of the charges he's being given are quite poor, but I think it also comes under the Eva Cannavaro when she got fired. I think it definitely comes under somewhere out there.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something in that. It does seem to be unfair, but equally, trying to be objective, Mourinho was moaning about penalties. Southampton were harshly treated as well, weren't they?
Yeah, it's definitely an even call. Like, pretty much all his points are getting reversed just by, like, Southampton deserved around 1 or 2 penalties, just like we did. So you can't really say that when we're on even terms when they won the game, and really they were the better team.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, as you know, the club released an official statement yesterday giving Jose their full backing support. What do you make around all this speculation that he may not be our manager for much longer? Does that worry you, or do you like the idea of an Ancelotti or someone like that coming back in? What do you think?
I really want Mourinho to stay. He's definitely a long-term manager. Yeah. And really, if I was to see Mourinho go, I'd really want Di Matteo back in. He was very unfairly sacked. He's literally a legend to us. And he's been linked to go to Liverpool, which I think is very unlikely. But I really don't want Mourinho to go.
Liverpool.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. But surely we're not in that we're not there, are we? Mourinho's job isn't actually in danger, surely.
I think if we're performing badly by around January, February time, that's when we'll start making a change. But I think he's safe, especially he's getting paid a lot, and he's a proven manager. He deserves that forgiveness.
Brad, I don't know if you agree with me, but my personal opinion is there is no one else out there who's going to do a better job in getting us out of this current situation. So I wouldn't be too hasty in getting rid of Jose. Do you agree with that?
Not entirely. Like, there's some managers that can make an instant impact. Like, we've seen like managers like Ancelotti, they've done it. They can make that instant impact. So,
but 5 minutes ago, you would have put Jose in that category as well, surely.
I don't know. He will get you that instant impact. It's just he has that track record of in his 3rd season he's quite poor at the beginning. Like, he walked out on Real Madrid. Like, I think we should keep Mourinho, definitely. He's like one of a kind manager. He's the best of his generation. So I don't see why we'd want to get rid of him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. Have you seen any of the criticism recently? Over the last couple of days, I've read both Capello and Johan Cruyff have had their say on Mourinho. What do you make of that?
I think Fabio Capello can't really make that judgment that we're overworking our players. I guess it's kind of true. Like, they're definitely looking fatigued, but they're also looking very unfit. I really think that our youngsters should be getting more of a run out, like Loftus-Cheek, Kennedy, Nathan, Traore, even though Nathan's on loan, but they just really need to start getting that run out because they'd put more heart in than players like Ivanovic, because they're getting paid so much money and they don't even look like they want to be there. When we've got our youngsters who just want to play for that badge.
Do you know what, Brad? Just to play devil's advocate here, I'm not suggesting that I agree with Capello, but there's some truth to what he said in terms of burning players out. When you look at what happened to Chelsea last season, it was a great campaign, but it really did. We had a low point, and that was at White Hart Lane New Year's Day. That was because that game came around and we got whooped. And I think that was because we played 4 games in 16 days, 3 of them away from home, and we played the same 11 players throughout. Over the course of the season, that pretty much happened. We didn't really rotate. Do you not think that Capello makes a slightly valid point? We don't use enough of our squad.
It's definitely valid. Like, we definitely need to start trusting that depth we have. Like, we've got Mikel, even though he's not exactly liked by the fans in any way, shape or form.
I love him.
Want him gone.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong person.
Whoa. We're going to have to hold you right there, Brad.
I'm
going to rescind that Skype award, I'm afraid.
He's definitely that player who can. It's very defensive, but whether he's Chelsea quality is a different argument. I would like him to stay at Chelsea because he knows his place, he knows his role, he knows he's that squad player.
Yeah, I have a lot of time for Mikel, but I think that Capello may have made a valid point, arguably at least. That leads me on to Johan Cruyff, who certainly made no point whatsoever. Yeah,
it's a bit of an arrogant statement for me. I mean, as we all know, Cruyff, one of the greatest players of all time, he's come out and said he doesn't like some of the behaviour that Jose some of his bad behaviour, and he puts that down to the fact that Jose was never a top-class player himself. Now, that doesn't really it
makes no sense either, because Mourinho is a top-class manager. Cruyff was a terrible manager. So there's no correlation between being a successful player and a successful manager. I don't know what he's talking about. Did you see that, Brad? What do you think?
I think, like, Mourinho, I don't think he definitely shouldn't publicly criticise the players because that really hits their confidence down. But he has been, like, possibly one of the best managers on his day for years now, and he knows exactly how the players be feeling. Because if he loses a game, he's going to feel just as down as they are. Losing a cup, he's just going to feel just as down. Really, he's equal as the players, so I don't see why being a world-class player has any effect on how he's doing as a manager.
Yeah. Do you think they've got, like, outstanding beef from the Barcelona days, Rory? Because Johan Cruyff is a big Barcelona man.
And Mourinho is incredibly unpopular in Catalonia. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a slight hangover from a feud that materialised a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Spanish, it's not all doom and gloom. Some people have been saying some nice things about us. Our old boy Juan Mata came out and said a nice little statement yesterday, just basically saying that he essentially wished Chelsea. He will always wish Chelsea all the best because he was really grateful for the time that he spent at Stamford Bridge and what we did for him. So it's nice to hear a Manchester United player, coming out and saying
he's a truly wonderful man, and it was circumstance that led to him having to leave Chelsea. It was a very sad day that he left. I was truly upset and still am, and I feel like he has unfinished business at Chelsea. Actually, I'd love to see him back at the club. It just didn't happen for him. It was just bad luck. It didn't work out.
Brad, what are your Juan Mata thoughts?
Well, he's definitely the player we could use with right now, to be honest. He's definitely a magician. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, that assist he gave the Drogba in the Champions League final for that equaliser was magical.
Yeah.
And, he's definitely got a place in my heart as a player. And, he's going to be dearly missed by all of us.
And I think really this season we're starting to, in a Man United shirt, we're starting to see the Juan Mata that we saw in the blue shirt, which is quite,
terrifying.
For us.
I hope that doesn't materialise. Brad, I'm just going to quickly say thank you so much for entering the Skype Pundit Pursuit, and huge congratulations for winning. I'm just going to pop over there and get something for you. Well done, and guys, I'll see you in a bit.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Look who it is.
Yeah, let me be able to hear him.
Yeah.
Hi, Bradley.
Hello.
Hello. Congratulations on winning Skype's Pundit Pursuit.
Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure to enter.
Oh, how was it anyway? I saw your table, thought it was great.
I was quite nervous doing it, really, because I thought 30 seconds. I was like, what am I going to be able to say in 30 seconds?
Not time to squeeze stuff in, is it? 30
Yeah, but 30 seconds of quality.
Yes.
It's good. It works.
And there were quite a lot of transfer rumours around the time, so I could get some decent stuff in.
Yeah, you were a real winner when you put that one in, mate. How did you feel when you got notified that you'd won the competition for Chelsea Fans Channel?
I was pretty shocked at the moment because it took a long time for it to come around, but I was just like, oh my, I've actually won. I was over the moon, honestly, because I really wanted to have my voice heard over the Chelsea fans community, and it was just a great pleasure to be able to win it.
Well, Bradley, whenever you want to come in, because I need some company. I'm literally stuck with Jack and Rory all the time, so it'd be nice if I had a few more people in here.
Charming, isn't it, eh? Right.
Really.
Right, Brad. Well, thank you so much for being part of today's Daily Chelsea. It's been a pleasure to have him, hasn't it, Soph?
Yes, it has been. And for me, 5 seconds.
Yes.
Pleasure to be on
Always
here.
a pleasure. Okay, well, as you know, we always sign things off with a "Come on, you champions." And Soph.
Win or lose up the Blues. There you go.
Bye, Brad.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Rick Glanville, who is the official club historian. I'm very excited about this. Rick has a new book out. It's called Chelsea, The Complete Record.